Every October since 2011, Retro Movie Geek has brought you the spooky side of retro movies. And this year is no different. So, a haunting we will go as we dig up classic tales of ghosts and hauntings that are 20 years old or older. But remember, we spoil the hell out of every movie we cover. So consider yourself forewarned. Spooky Flix Fest starts now.
Sometimes the world of the dead gets mixed up with the world of the living.
As you can see, the housework has been rather neglected since the servants disappeared almost a week ago.
Do you mean they just vanished?
Into thin air.
How do you do, children? I'm your new nanny.
Are you going to leave us too?
Why should I leave you?
The others said they wouldn't, but they did, and then it happened. Why do you open the curtains? It was Victor.
You told your brother that there was someone else in the room.
There was.
That'll do, Anne.
I've seen them too. Sooner or later, she'll see them. Then everything will be different.
What do you want?
They're everywhere. They say this house is theirs.
No! Children!
Come here!
Run!
Can't you hear it? There's someone there.
Where is my daughter?
Are you mad? I am your daughter.
Welcome to Retro Movie Geek and Spooky Flix Fest here on Retro Movie Geek, where we're keeping things creepy, kooky, and spooky all October long. In this episode, we're talking about The Others from 2001, and Peter is going to say, "You're mad. I am your pumpkin head."
I am your daughter.
It's a good look, Peter. I like it.
Yeah. I thought you'd like it.
Yeah, well, I'm Gilman Joel, and I'm joined, as you can see, by Pumpkinhead Peter, who's always, showing his age.
I can't see you guys.
Yeah, you're like Bob in Halloween.
I know.
Yeah, we know how that ended for Bob, don't we, Peter?
Let's see if I can put these together, because my wife is going to kill me. We'll just put that there for later.
That's a good doily,
Yeah.
Peter.
Yeah,
Yes.
yes. We will hopefully be joined by Diabolical Daryl, but he has yet to join the stream. We'll see. Because we have a wonderful returning guest. I'm so happy that she was able to join us. The one, the only, the bride herself, Liz, is here.
Thank you very much. So happy to be here. I'm so happy you guys ask me every year.
Yeah, we love having you here. So,
It will be weird not to.
it really would be. Yeah, it would be. So here's the thing. The Others is a movie that if you haven't seen, I know we said the thing at the beginning, we spoil the hell, blah, blah, blah. But legitimately, if you've never seen this movie, please, stop listening, which you probably already did. But
'cause we'll be here.
Yeah. But, or watching as the case may be, because again, we'll say, as I feel like I need to say this for a while, if you're just listening to the show, it is now has a video component. So if you want to see the amazing and loveliness that is Liz, you can actually see in with your own eyeballs. There she is, and the loveliness that is Peter.
Eyeballs would they be using?
I don't know.
Because,
Maybe.
well, there is Spooky Flix Fest, so that kind of fits.
Yeah. So, yes, you can see the video version with all of us acting like goofs, or you can just listen, whatever, or neither, as probably most of you have already chosen.
Oh, stop it.
To do. But so if you haven't seen this movie, though, here's the only catch. Proving why physical media must never die is The Others. I feel like I'm now going to use The Others as my example du jour because this is a movie that's barely 20 years old, right? It's not that old. If memory serves, it was a pretty big hit, wasn't it? It wasn't like it was
It was a big hit, yeah.
I don't think it was a bomb, right?
No,
so this
no,
isn't
no.
some obscure culty movie. It starred
No,
Nicole
I
Kidman
think
at
they
the height
thought
of
that-
her.
Yeah, I think they thought it would disappear, but it was a bigger hit than they thought.
Yeah, so it's a sort of like modern day classic ghost story that's got a kind of cool Shyamalan-esque twist to it without being a Shyamalan movie, and yet it's not available anywhere other than YouTube with what I'm guessing was Turkish subtitles. I'm not 100% sure if that's what they were, or a version that a dear friend of mine gave to me that may have had an issue with the mouths linking up to the lips, which
Who would do such a thing?
I don't know, but I still love him and he tried. But I ordered a physical copy of this movie for like $6 off eBay, but it won't get here.
I've had it for ages.
Yeah, I used to have it. I had the 2-disc set, so I ended up rebuying it again. It'll be here in 2 days from now, so that didn't really help us for the purposes
So you're
of
gonna
this.
have to. So we're gonna sit here for 2 days then.
Now, Liz, did you own this?
So I never got the chance to dig around. All of my DVDs are still in boxes, sadly.
Okay.
And it's quite a Herculean feat to like get through everything because I packed them in way too big of a box anyway. So I just went with what was sent over to me, which required 2 hours of struggling until I finally gave up and watched to me, they look Greek.
Okay, was it Greek? I was gonna get. It was something. It was something non-English. I know.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on. Wait.
You can actually find. Whoa, wait.
This just in, Diabolical Daryl is here and he is really throwing us for a loop. He is wearing his unitard. He is.
You know, I'm going to curse you out. I'm hungover as it is. Okay.
I know. Hey,
I know.
the fact that you showed up.
You.
I know there's one reason you showed up today, and it was not me or Peter. It's because Liz is here.
Well, I don't want to let her down. You
That's
two,
right.
I don't care.
There you go.
We know.
Daryl,
We know.
I'm
We
so
wouldn't.
glad you're here.
You
We wouldn't expect anything else.
Yeah,
Exactly.
No, actually, since I found it streaming on 2 legit streaming services. One was South Korean Netflix,
Mm-hmm.
which we can access without a VPN.
Okay.
Weirdly enough, one of the Swedish streaming services that
I don't trust the Swedish ones.
Are we going to watch you upside down, Daryl? Is that how this is?
I'm trying to fix this thing so that it wouldn't. I'm trying to make
You
it.
do know
turn
you can
so
you can actually hide your camera and mute yourself. You know that, right? Like you don't have to.
I don't know what I'm doing, Joel. You're lucky that I.
Seriously, it's like having a grandpa on the podcast, and that's saying something because we have Peter here.
I don't know what I'm doing.
Not me.
No, you're the youngin. Actually, at the moment, you're the
Yeah,
youngin.
you're the youngin.
I am a grandpa, so
He literally is. Peter literally is a grandpa now. Oh, that's
know-
right. Oh, that's right. Oh, that's right. I completely farted. Technically,
you completely farted.
I meant brain farted. I'm alone out here. Maybe I did that too,
For
but
a
I
good
brain
reason.
farted. But
For a
I
good
brain
reason.
farted for sure. I forgot Liz is technically a grandmother.
Oh.
But I will say this: you've aged far better.
I
than me.
look it. Yeah, I look it.
It's all the surgeries. It's purely surgery.
Oh, is that what it is? All the surgeries? Yeah, that's my excuse. too.
Whatever works.
Yeah,
Whatever
that's
works.
right. May I just say real quick, I love that up until now, Daryl's got out of his way to wear the white tank top, also known euphemistically as the wife beater. But now that he's wearing a black tank top, it legit looks like he's wearing like a unitard. It looks like he's wearing.
You're the only one that would think unitard.
It does look like that. It looks like
No, it
Andre
does
the
not.
Giant. It's like the Andre the Giant get up, you know? It's what it looks like.
Loved Andre the Giant, so that's
Joel.
If you
fine.
yes. Oh, your cup is see-through. Oh,
Let's
you and
cheers.
you and me both. Look at that. Like
Cheers.
yeah.
Oh, it's
Wait, hold on.
right
Yeah,
with my
there we
back.
go.
Okay.
Cheers. Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah, that's all right. This is always a bad idea. Ask these two because I have the bladder of a 2-year-old.
Yeah.
We
so-
Yes, you do. You totally do.
Well, so halfway through this, I might just hide myself and disappear. All right. So, Daryl, I don't know if you know this. We're talking about The Others.
I don't know what that movie is.
Okay. Okay. Now, Daryl, I know you are not like Peter and myself. You tend to be not anti-physical media, but for yourself, you kind of are, right? You've got full digital, full streaming.
I what do they call it? Where you want to get rid of a lot of stuff.
Minimalist.
Minimalist.
Yes,
Yeah.
I've gone.
Yes.
I'm a minimalist now. That's what I've become.
Okay, but the only problem is a movie like this, which should have been easily findable,
You're right.
was not findable, which I still blown
blows
away.
my
by.
yeah.
Or
I
after
know.
watching it, there might be a reason you can't find it.
Whoa. That sounds like you're fighting words right there, man.
I
Come on.
know.
It could also be like we talked about earlier, Joel, that they're planning on doing.
There's a Criterion one coming out. Yeah.
So
You
probably
think?
that's why it's gone.
Yeah.
Well,
Maybe.
maybe. That's a maybe.
They play that supply and demand game. They're like,
All the time.
if we pull it from all the platforms, everybody will buy the new special edition.
Well, now that the streaming stuff has been on the, you pretty much they know everyone that has got a streaming service that they wanted, they got it, and no one else is going to get it, right? They're not making any more money by holding things. So now you'll probably see a lot more of physical copies of movies that you didn't before. They're starting to put that out.
I like
in
that.
a lot of places.
Yeah, because I think the other problem is, and we don't have to turn this into a let's rant about why streaming kind of sucks.
You would only do that. You would be the only one ranting forever. We can do it quickly.
I never rant. Okay, maybe a couple times. I might have a couple times, but I will say this:
So,
I'm tired of paying for like 8 different freaking things. And how do we go from this? Cable? We all were cord. I was an early cord cutter. I think it was everybody here. Liz, were you a cord cutter fairly early on? I feel like you were. So we all did that under the auspices of, it'll be like a la carte. We can kind of selectively pick things and it won't be so expensive. I pay more now for all these stupid channels, these streaming channels I have that I ever did for cable. And half of them don't have what I want.
I pay somewhat because I interchange and borrow with my friends.
Okay,
that's what I do. Like
I have integrity. I have integrity, or I don't have friends that would let me have their passwords.
I do not. That's why they're doing the password thing already.
Yeah.
But I have one where if someone watches my Max or whatever, they let me watch their Netflix, and that's how we.
You need a VPN for watching over here. If you wanted to watch, because I'm a foreigner.
Yeah, you're a foreigner though.
One of those. To us, you are.
I know.
But wait, aren't we foreigners to you then, Peter? Technically?
No, you're family.
No, we're American.
You're family.
Americans can never be foreigners, right?
No.
Never? Oh, okay.
That's how it works.
Okay. All right. So let's talk about the others before we go too far down this path. So Liz,
wait,
I think
forgetting something.
Oh my God! You know what messed me up, Peter? I had the wrong banner list open, so that's why I did. Hold on, I missed my welcome to Spooky Flix Fest. There it is. See, welcome.
Yeah,
see, that's
done that.
That's like that's like if Dracula said welcome, Daryl. I don't know if you know that. That's what he would say.
Wow, amazing.
Welcome. Yes, Peter. Do you have a VHS Synopsis?
Well, maybe
we're
I do.
We're only 13 minutes into this.
Yeah. Now, children, are you sitting comfortably?
Sure.
No.
Then I'll begin.
Okay.
Sure.
I see what you did there. I got it.
Screen sensation Nicole Kidman delivers an utterly unforgettable performance in this scary and stylish suspense thriller. While awaiting her husband's return from war, Grace and her 2 young children live in an unusually isolated existence behind the locked doors and drawn curtains of a secluded island mansion. Mm-hmm. Then, after 3 mysterious servants arrive and it becomes chillingly clear that there is far more to this house than can be seen, Grace finds herself in a terrifying fight to save her children and keep her sanity. Acclaimed by critics everywhere, the unpredictable twists and turns of this compelling hit will keep you guessing as it keeps you riveted. Not glued, but riveted to the edge of your seat.
Are we talking about the others?
Yes.
You hush your mouth, Daryl.
So is that the end of it?
Well, yeah.
Okay. Okay. I wasn't sure.
No. It was from the back of a VHS, and they kind of sometimes end abruptly.
Did they say that she waits at home for her Doctor Who to come back? Is that what they said?
We have discussed this. My Doctor Who is not this Doctor Who.
Oh, boy.
Who is the 4th Doctor?
And it's not Amy. Friday. Only Amy waited for the Doctor to come back like that.
Oh, boy.
Well, Donna technically
really
had to go through time.
You are such a nerd
to save the Doctor. Shut up.
says the guy surrounded by all this goofy crap. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I think the important question should be asked of our Yeah, our wonderful guest, Liz. When did you first see The Others?
Okay, so obviously I was thinking about this, knowing this question was coming. I think I saw it with my dad, which is often my answer, I think, on this show. My dad loved to be the one to show me cool movies. Although this would have come out, we probably saw this together like newly. And it was probably on video. I don't think I saw it in the theater. So I would say I probably saw it shortly after it came out with my pops.
Nice.
So you saw it in the theater or on video, you said?
On video.
On video, okay. All right. What about you, Peter?
It was a rental. So it would have been 2001, early 2002, I think. Something like that. So it's a rental. Yep.
Usually you have more to say than that.
What?
You usually have more to say than that. I'm also trying to buy time because I forgot to type something into my...
Let's see if we can stretch this.
Yeah. Hey, what do they do?
Watched this on VHS.
Yeah.
Back
Can you say that again? One more time? I didn't hear.
VHS cassette. Like this yay size clunky thingy.
Okay.
And there you are. Are you done typing?
Almost.
Okay.
Oh my
so
God.
then we pressed play. I'm not sure who I watched it with.
Wait, what?
Maybe alone. I'm not sure when.
Oh, okay. Hey, Daryl.
This is worse than normal.
When did you first see this movie?
I don't think I ever watched it all the way through until today.
Really?
I think I knew listen, man, I am not coming after Nicole Kidman. I like Nicole Kidman. Calm down.
Calm down. See, if I was more calm down, I would be dead.
Coming at me like he's like, yo.
I know. Hey,
what you say about my lady? I heard you say something. No, I didn't. I don't think I ever.
Flanagan?
She's awesome. She's great. I've seen her in 100 million things.
Nice.
She's awesome. But honestly, I don't think I ever saw it all the way through. I think I watched like part of it, like it maybe in a situation where it was in a house with people, and then, but you're not paying attention. And then
this isn't a party movie. This is not a
right. But I think it was just on.
Are you sure there were people, or were they not?
Oh,
well,
were they actually dead the whole time?
Spoiler alert.
The way they drank, they might have been dead the whole time. That's a lot of
I
drinking.
watch movies like that too.
Okay, so I'm only schlub that saw this in the theater, huh?
Wow, yeah, I didn't see this in the movie.
And you still haven't got a physical copy of it.
I used to, Peter. I had the 2-disc set.
I've actually bought it twice because I lent it out to somebody, and then years later I forgot who I lent it out to. So I had
one of those friends.
You lent it out to a foreigner, huh? One of those Danes.
It was probably an American.
I know. We're more likely.
Probably a Swede.
We have a tendency of like we love to go to like get stuff from other countries, and act like it's our own. I'm just saying.
Bring it back.
There might be a level of imperialism for Peter's particular collection. All right, so I saw hitting stuff. I saw it in the theater, and I know I saw it at least. I owned it on DVD after that. So I saw it at least once or twice after that.
Did you see it by yourself, or you?
No, my wife went with me.
Okay,
of course she did.
Okay.
Yes, no, she liked it. She liked it. And this is in 2001. So this is like 2 years after Sixth Sense had come out, and as we've already stated, we're going to spoil the movie. We kind of have to talk about it, but my kids had never seen it. So this go round, I watched it with them. I was because they tend to, for whatever reason, they've told me the thing that freaks them out the most is it like slasher, serial killer type stuff. It's not even, I think, a lot of monster stuff, because their theory is if they could shoot it or blow it up, then they could deal with that. It's the idea of something they can't stop.
We can kill it.
Exactly. It's the Predator philosophy. They do not, in fact, like. I love that he finally realized, I could just turn off my camera if I'm going to move around.
Do not undress, Daryl.
Yeah, please don't. At least if you are, turn the camera back on. You know what I'm saying? All right.
No. Sickos.
Anyway.
Studio.
But yeah, so my kids all watch, although my kids, I've got to work with them on this because none of them had seen it before. And my middle son blurts out about the halfway mark, "Oh, I bet you they're all ghosts." I'm like, really? Even if you're right, dude, why would you blurt that out?
because
So now
I
he's
would have
in a
done it.
3-day curfew now?
I would have
He's
done
sitting
the same
reading
thing.
the Bible for 3 days?
Yes, exactly. He has to,
Okay.
he has to kneel down on uncooked
whoa.
beans. He has to kneel down on uncooked beans with a large family Bible that weighs like 80 pounds in his hands, and he has
But
to.
that's
And
the
he
fun.
still has to turn the pages.
Yeah, good luck with
But
that.
that's the fun part of it. Like if you're sitting there, it's not like he knew. He's just that he was guessing.
No, but then you've planned it. You've planned. I love it. The noise. Is that Daryl's dog or is it Daryl?
That was my dog.
I know.
They established in this movie they're ghosts because they're chains clanking.
That's
Right.
True. That's true. Although, by the way, and we'll get into all this. Do you think that's the intention behind the keys was because that noise, right, would sound like chains clanking? And I'm wondering,
Actually, if you listen closely, when the dad, we're going way off top, or
We what else is new?
When the
What
dad arrives and he walks into the kids' room, the way he walks it, there's a hint of clanking chains in that.
He looked dead.
Kind of place.
He did look dead when he walked in. So
he was in the war.
That means they had dead people sex. Isn't that illegal? Get off of my string.
But
boy.
does it count
Not over here.
if they're both dead? Does it really matter? I mean,
I don't know.
Can
I
she
don't
get
think-
pregnant with a ghost baby?
Ooh.
Yeah.
I feel like there. I feel
I
like
didn't say it, but Liz did.
I was about to say. I feel like there's a shooting blanks joke in there somewhere.
Oh my god! Would they just go through her?
Yeah. This is getting
Oh
weird.
my
Let's
god,
change
that
the
is going to
subject.
be a messy back
So
door.
it's like throwing a ghost hot dog down a hole.
Really?
I don't know.
So.
We're nothing but classy here.
All right, so this movie, that we'll do our use here. Let me bring up Bledow. There we go.
By the way,
Bam.
were they what did they sleep with the lights on or later on, or did it scare them? Say
Oh,
yes.
my kids? No, weirdly they did. No, it didn't scare them at all. Actually,
What?
now I've got them primed because when we cover The Ring, that's the one they're dreading. I've had one son tell me
Same here.
he's not watching it, and the other one's like, I guess I'll try. So
Listen, I've told what I feel about this Japanese horror.
I'm
movie,
not
but,
watching it.
How it scared the shit out of me.
Liz, are you a fan of The Ring?
No, hard no.
Really?
I mean,
The original?
it scared me.
I've seen
No,
both,
it's
and it's
scary.
scary. Yeah,
It is scary. I'm
I
sorry now
did-
that
Okay,
that part at the end when I was in the, don't give it away because we haven't covered it yet. But that part at the end, and you know what I'm talking about. When we were in the theater, I literally jumped.
You want to know something,
actually
Joel?
How
jumped.
can you
Have
not?
you seen the original?
Yes, Ringu, I have.
Yeah.
It's worse than that one, I think.
Yeah, you know what's funny? I always thought I'd heard that, and I saw them. Shocker in the reverse order, Peter. I saw the American
really?
version, and then and then the Japanese version, and I liked the Japanese version, but I didn't think it was that. And maybe it's because I
You know
knew what.
You know what? Let's save this.
Wait,
Okay.
so we're gonna watch. We're covering the vampire version you're talking about.
What? You're what?
Excuse me? Did I just hear what I think I heard? What?
I don't know. I didn't hear him. He broke up. What'd you say, Daryl?
Oh, which the version of the Ring?
We're doing the Naomi Watts.
Yeah,
We're doing
you're
Naomi Watts version.
Oh, the
doing
Naomi
the
Watts
American
version.
version.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, but what did you say about Buffy?
Yeah, what did
I
you
don't
say
know
about
why
Buffy?
I thought, for whatever reason, I thought.
We said, oh, no,
American
The
version-
Grudge.
Liz got all
Grudge.
that.
That's what I'm thinking of. The
Yeah.
Grudge.
You're
That's
thinking about
what
The
it
Grudge. She was in The Grudge. It's okay.
Grudge
That's what it
scared
was.
the shit out of
Hey,
me.
Liz, if he had talked smack about Buffy, you and I together, we would have.
I love Buffy. What do you
Oh,
mean?
I saw the look in Liz's
I
eye.
love Buffy. It's just that when that comes up, of course, I'm just like, excuse me, what are we talking about now?
Yeah.
I love Buffy.
I saw the look in Liz's eye there. Like,
She's
wait,
like,
what?
ooh, we will fight.
Anyone here seen One Missed Call?
Yes,
Yes.
a long time ago.
Yes,
a long
It
time ago.
is.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then there was also the Eye. Wasn't the Eye
Oh
one
my
of them?
god! Yeah, the original one.
Yeah, Dark Waters. I saw both versions of that with
There was
one
a
with Jennifer
scene in
Connelly.
The Eye,
I
the
saw
original one that
The
made
elevator?
me-
Is it the
no,
elevator
no,
scene?
no,
Yeah.
no. There, when she's sitting at the bench and the
Boy, if you don't leave me alone.
and
I'll sit down.
that ghost come, that is fucking terrifying. It
Yeah.
scared the
Yeah.
shit out of me.
It's a scary. J horror is really effective. It definitely does the job for sure. All right. So the others. First off, I want to say the box or the art on this because I've never seen this cover. I don't know if you guys can make it out, but I actually really love this.
It's
nice.
reminiscent
Boy,
of
get outta
the
here.
opening credits, actually, which are really, really great.
Yeah, that's a really good cover, though. What were you going to say about it, Liz? Were you saying something? I'm
Yeah,
sorry,
just
I
that it's the art from the beginning.
Yeah, it's super. I think it's a great cover. I would love that as a poster.
You see there's the face and the you can
Where?
kind of make out the eyes. And the ghosty thingy.
Are you in this one?
Yeah.
Yeah. And you got the 3 shadows here. You got the
I
3
want that
shadows
poster,
here.
actually.
Yeah, it's exactly what I was saying. Yeah, it looks good. All right, so let me go ahead. We've got Alejandro Amenabar. I apologize, Alejandro, for butchering your name. Wrote and directed this, and I actually was a
He wrote
fan
the
of
music
his.
too.
He did?
Yes, he did.
Oh
Yes,
my
he
God.
did.
Wow,
He
that's
scored it, too.
impressive.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
I know. Was it? No, it was the one that they turned into
Abre
Vanilla
los
Sky.
ojos. Yeah.
Yes, about the open your eyes,
Abre
right?
los ojos. Yes.
But the one I knew of from him Fango had covered it was Thesis. It was, I think,
With that
one of
snuff
his
movie thingy.
Yeah, it was like a snuff film involved. Yeah, it was pretty creepy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He's a great filmmaker, actually.
Yeah, he's really look, even if as Daryl seems to be implying, if you found this to be a slow burn, it is elegant and beautifully shot. Like, it is a gorgeous movie. And
they did one with Javier Bardem called The Sea Inside, which I think I watched too, which is a good one.
SEA, the sea, SEA.
Yeah,
inside?
The Sea Inside, yeah.
Okay. I don't recall that one, but sure, we'll go with it.
I don't either. I don't remember that one.
So let's see here. We have Nicole Kidman, of course. I feel like
Who that?
And how amazing!
Wait, Peter. She's the Daryl. She's the AMC lady. You know, the one that does those commercials
Where when you stop telling me what to do.
Yeah, she tells you to go to the theater while you're in the theater. Don't you love that when they do commercials for the theater while you're in the theater?
That's when you stand up, leave, and come back.
Right. Get your popcorn.
Yeah.
And then in one movie, her ex-husband was telling me to do it too. When I went to see a movie.
Well, Tom Cruise?
Yeah.
Tom Cruise.
Isn't this weird that he's one of
he does a video also for his movie.
Yeah.
That's
he was
different.
one of the producers of this movie, and they were in divorce at the time.
Divorce when they made this?
Yeah. I think.
Yeah, but that's business, though. I mean,
I would say it's
wondering.
What's that, Liz?
Divorced.
I don't remember when. Yeah.
Yeah. Also, it was the Weinsteins.
Oh yeah.
Weinstein.
Yep. When it started, I said to my kids, there's Harvey.
There we go.
Yeah.
Nice mixture.
Proving separate the douchebag from the artistry. Just enjoy the movie. And it is what it is. Because I'm sorry, I will always love Scream. I don't give a crap that his cruddy name is all over it. Sorry.
What is that? What is this movie you're doing?
Don't you start, Daryl. No mocking. By the way, I don't know if you can see it back here. I got the banner behind me. Liz, you see it? Right there. It's from the theater too. From when I worked at the movie, it's the entire banner from.
You see, Liz, I like to mock him, and then in the sequel, I'm going to mock him twice.
Liz is a fan of good movies, Daryl. Liz likes
two
good
Daryls.
movies.
Okay, but also quick note: Fan X for us is this week, and guess who's there? Nev Campbell, Matthew Lillard, Skeet Ulrich, Jamie Kennedy.
And Liz.
Pretty excited.
Now, are you gonna meet him?
I think I'm going to do their photo op. Yeah.
Okay, that's
Wow.
cool. So here's the thing: I've got this banner I've had since the movie came out of the theater. Like when I worked there, I think this was supposed to end up in the garbage. It may have, it may not have. It somehow ended up in my garage.
It's in a garage. So.
But at our Spookala in the first weekend of October, second weekend of October, they're going to have Matthew Lillard. I'm going on Sunday. He'll already be gone, but Skeet will be there. Jamie Kennedy, Dewey. I forgot his name's David Arquette. Yes, Dewey's going to be there. Joseph Whip, the sheriff. The sheriff that Dewey worked with. He's going to be there. Lee Waddell, I think it's the one who was the stunt man who did all the ghost face stunts, is going to be there. And the only one that's not is Nev. Rose McGowan is going to be at Spooky Empire at the end of October. And then I think that's it. So I'm on the fence. I could spend $200-something to get this thing autographed by multiple cast members, but then I realized I'd be spending $200 to get this. And I'm like,
pretty much.
No, don't really know that I want to do that, if I'm being honest.
And then you have to explain it when you get home.
I have money set aside for dumb crap like that.
Oh,
okay,
nerd cash. Okay,
nerd cash.
got it.
Yes.
Because he's
But-
rich. He's
No,
rich like
I
that.
oh yeah, I'm so rich. I gotta have like a special account that I save my money in. You're right there. I'm so rich.
The
Anyway,
nerd account. We need a
called,
nerd account.
No, Peter. It's called the Canaan account.
the what?
The Canaan's account. It's in the Canaan Islands.
Oh, one of those? Yeah, no.
That's his side money.
No. But I legitimately don't know that I want to spend 200 and like I think I figured out it would be like 240 to get them all to sign it. And I'm like,
Nah.
Just
That's
to
a lot
sign
of
it. It's $200 just to sign it?
no, it would add all the people up, all of them together that I could get to sign it.
Oh, I was about to say, God damn. Sign
Yeah,
that shit yourself.
that's like
Send it to me. I'll sign it.
yeah. Peter's like, I'll do it for half. I'll do it for $100. I'll sign it for you.
Damn.
Sure.
Yeah.
I'll practice.
Yeah. Anyway, of course, I love that
Nicole
anybody who's listening to the audio version of this is like, oh yeah, this thing we're talking about that you can't see. Okay, sorry about that.
Oh.
So Nicole Kidman. What else do we know her from? Dead Calm.
That was a good one.
What was it BMX Bandits? Wasn't that the one from Australia she was in back in the day?
It might have been.
Wow,
Isn't
you had to go back there, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
She was in the Fantastic-
Paddington. Was it Paddington
Batman
1 or
Forever.
2? Which one? Was Paddington 1?
No.
That's a good movie. Who's
No.
seen Paddington?
I like
No.
the children.
I have kids. Liz, did you see Paddington? No, really? Even with your kids?
Because I like
There
the
you go,
children.
Liz. There you
with
go.
the little animated bear, not the new ones.
No, I'm telling you, the new Paddington movies, especially the first one, was shockingly good. I was shocked. Look, I went to a lot of kids' movies, and not most of them I did not like. Paddington was really good.
I have
I have
5,000
PTSD
kids.
from kids movies, I think.
You what? What's that,
I
Liz?
think I have PTSD from kids movies, so I
Really?
kind of avoid them. But
Okay.
Thank you, Liz.
So no
you.
Paw Patrol. You're not going to go see Paw Patrol in a couple weeks.
no,
Oh.
and I think my pickiness and weirdness about kids movies and kids shows has also steered my kids away from a lot of kids stuff. They've
Because you're a good mom.
Yeah. To be fair, most of my kids actually, by and large, hate a lot of that crap too. So
Because they're
Yeah.
good kids, even
Yes.
if they have the father that they have.
Yeah,
They're
that's
still
fair.
good
I'm the
kids.
weird one
Fair
who
enough.
watches it without the kids.
yes, you are, you creep. All right. So Christopher Eccleston, also known as Doctor Who, for one season. But it was a good season. Actually, it's the
Yeah, it
only
was
one
good.
I think that's the only one I watched from beginning to end, and then I would watch I watched the Angel one where the whole eyes. Everybody knows that one, right?
Wait. You only watched
Yeah.
one season of
I
that
didn't.
thing?
I've the only David Tennant episode I've seen is the one with the creepy angels. I watched that one.
It's a good episode. But
It's a
come
great
on,
episode.
man. Come
I haven't
on.
watched it. No, I didn't watch any of them. Yeah.
See, if you go back and watch everything from the beginning, you won't have time to watch anything else for the next 10, 15 years.
No offense to the Whovians out there. That is, I'm going to take a hard pass on that.
I hate you.
So, how do you say her name? Is it Fionola?
Flanagan?
Well, Flanagan, I got, but
Fionola.
Fionola.
Yeah.
Fionola.
Maybe not with the Italian, because
Fionola.
she's Irish.
What do I know her from specifically?
I know her specifically from a TV show that was over here in the 70s, a Western show called How the West Was Won, The McKayhans, because she played Molly in it. So,
and because you watch a bunch of stuff that nobody else watches.
Well, a lot of people over here watch it because
I think I know why. Boom, she was on Lost.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that.
She was on Lost. I'm trying to remember. There had to be something like that.
Well, she's been on a ton of. She's been in the different Star Trek shows. And,
and apparently,
Brotherhood.
I didn't realize she may or may not have had a. Did she have a career in more adult-oriented pictures? There's one here called Patty Wackery.
No. You bastards, don't besmudge her name.
I'm joking. I said I know she was not. I know. I'm just joking.
No, let's scroll down to 70 some late 70s.
Oh wow. Okay. Wow. Here we go. Way down.
Just not that far.
She was on Hunter. She was on an episode of Hunter.
I know Kojak.
Serpico. There was a Serpico TV series.
Yes.
You did not know that?
I knew that. I watched it.
Of course you did.
It got canceled pretty quick, but I
see. There it is. How the West Was Won.
Oh, there it is. Yeah.
Yeah. With Seb McKahan.
Here's Boomer. You think that's what a bunch of 70-year-olds say when they're getting to go?
No.
Benson.
Trapper
She was on an
John.
episode of Benson.
You're damn right she was.
Yep. She was a good woman.
So 141 credits. She's been in a few things. You probably have seen her before.
Yeah.
Wow, look at Anne, the little girl, man.
What about her?
What do you mean? That's creepy.
No, I'm saying, but look at her now. She's a grown woman. That's amazing.
Well, how long ago was this movie?
I know. You know what? That's the other thing. My wife looked at me. She said, "How old is this movie?" I said, "It's
Yeah,
like
it's
22 years old."
Yep.
I cannot believe that. But yeah, there she is. There's a little kid.
You know that they actually, I had there were some extras, featurette on the DVD I had, and the boy was they cast him fairly quick, but they looked for the girl for a long time because they wanted someone who could kind of
be
match
creepy.
Nicole Kidman.
Who could be
And
creepy.
match Nicole Kidman because she has a lot of scenes with Nicole Kidman and has to play like strong against a strong.
I wonder. I mean, obviously, it's probably for her probably for the best that she got the hell out of Hollywood. Assuming that so she was a British actress, so she probably would have been in their industry. But regardless, she's only got 3 credits, and I thought she was really strong. Like, the kid acting in this is really good. There's a lot of movies where it's not good. What do you think about the kid acting, Liz? Do you agree?
Yeah, I strongly that the dynamic between her and Nicole Kidman, it's gut wrenching, it's painful, it's What I experienced in this movie, especially the second time around, now that I'm a mother, is just this movie was a completely different movie to me.
Yep.
It's absolutely not about ghosts or anything.
Nope.
That dynamic was like, poof, they did good with her.
Yeah.
But see, that's how you know it's a great movie, because it really isn't about ghosts or just ghosts. It's about all this other stuff. But when you saw it in 2001 or whatever, right, you took it as it's a ghost story. And yeah, it's creepy and it's got a dark ending, blah, blah, blah.
I just thought she was mean.
Well, in a sense, she was super strict. So I mean, she was kind of mean.
No, I'm talking about the daughter. Well, the
daughter. Wow.
Yeah, the dog. But you know what? She wasn't annoying.
Like mother, like
a lot
daughter?
a lot of kids play it annoying. Like, she was strong and mean in a way. I mean, she was mean to her brother, but then a lot of siblings are like that.
Okay.
Well, hello.
Well, this might be a controversial statement, but I didn't really like the kids.
You know, like acting wise?
No. Acting wise, they were great. You
just as characters. You didn't like them as people.
They did.
You don't like kids, though, Daryl. That's not fair. You don't like kids.
That's not true. I like my friends and family's kids.
Well, then why did you make my kids sit outside when we were at that restaurant? You're like, I don't want them at the table with me.
Because they were patient zeros, man.
That's true.
That would be a nice bit.
My son was patient zero. I forgot. Never mind.
That would be a nice bit if I really did that.
I know. Yeah, that'd be great. You tell him, I don't want those kids at this restaurant.
Outside, their tables outside.
In France, they put the strollers with the babies outside in front of their restaurant.
That's how you toughen up the kids.
Yeah,
but that's how you know that they're happier.
Yeah.
When they eat.
Yeah. That's true.
Wow.
All right, so she has only been in 3 things, which again I find astonishing because I thought she's great.
I guess she got out. Yeah.
I guess she's like, I actually don't want to ruin my life. All right, and then the kid, the boy, was only in 4 things. So,
yeah.
Wow.
The Life and Death of Peter Sellers. I've seen that.
Yeah, I've seen that too.
Yeah.
I haven't.
No,
that's because you're stupid.
But see, Joel, he grew too.
And actually, it's him from the movie, Peter. That was like him from the movie, or at least he looks about the same age as in the movie. So I don't think so.
No. But there was actually.
Was there an older of him? I didn't see it. Oh yeah, wow! Look, there he is.
Yeah. Looks like a mugshot.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's like a Peaky Blinders character.
That's what I was about to say.
Yeah, he does. He kind of does.
I've done bad things.
Or Gangs of London. He could be a character in Gangs of London.
That's funny.
I love that show.
All right, so Eric Sykes was Mr. Tuttle. I'm assuming he's no longer with us.
And if you don't watch a lot of British TV, you don't really know a lot about Eric Sykes. But
he was in Harry Potter.
Yeah.
And the Goblet of Fire, at least.
Yeah.
I done
the Blank, and he's a director too. He was on a ton of good.
He was in Rhubarb.
Yeah, it says.
Oh, so. Now you light up. No.
I have no idea what that is.
I know you don't.
I have no idea what that is.
I know you don't.
It's great.
So no, he's a great actor.
Yeah, I've seen him in that.
He was very recognizable, but you could have put a gun to my head and I would have had no idea where I saw him before. See, Lydia was Elaine Cassidy. She is the
Oh, by the way, if people
mute.
hear sounds in the background, that would be Davey chewing on his bone, right?
That's true.
Oh, you can hear that?
Yes, we can.
I'm not even close by.
You know what? I actually, hey, Daryl, I don't know if it's on your phone like this, but just as a side note, if you go to the settings under audio, there's one that says reduce mic background noise. You might want to try that and see what it does.
On the settings on this thing?
Yeah, on StreamYard. Yeah, if you go to
It's that
settings,
highfalutin, you could do that?
audio, it says it's a new feature. It says reduce mic background noise. Yeah, I don't know if you can do it on your phone though. I know it's on the laptop version, but anyway.
Oh, I don't see that on here. No.
We'll figure it out at another time. I guess for now, people can just listen to a dog chew a bone. The old lady Renee Asherson.
This was her last movie. She died.
She was the psychic, right? She was the medium.
She passed away shortly after. So
okay. Well, to be fair, she was old. She was old. Yeah. Daryl, I guess, got lost for a second. Did we lose you, Daryl?
Yeah, because dummy, I pressed the wrong button because I'm an old fool.
Nice. Well played. All right. So is there anybody else? I mean, it's a fairly small cast. I mean, it's not
it's not a big cast.
No. You don't need to, because you have the I mean, even you could actually call the
Daryl. There it is. 2 more weeks. Weeks.
I'm not doing that, man.
Before you die, you see the ring.
I've seen it already, and that's why I don't want to go back.
Also terrifying, by the way, the orfanato.
Oh, the orphan. Yeah, the orphanage. That one's
Did
creepy.
I see the ring? I think I saw it in the movies too.
Yeah.
I don't know why I was stupid.
Wait, save it for that week. All right. So, Liz.
You could hang on. You could actually. When you talked about the characters, the setting of this movie, the whole castle and all the surroundings could actually be called one of the characters, because it plays a huge part.
Yes.
In setting the mood for this.
The fog could be a character.
Oh my God.
I was about to say this could have been a play.
Yeah. It does play vibe. So Liz, what are your initial, I guess, thoughts about the others?
So I loved revisiting it. I loved revisiting it because I hadn't seen it since that, 20 years ago. And it was definitely interesting to already know the deal with the movie and go back and view it with that, understanding what was really going on. And what really came to the surface for me was that motherhood theme. And it gave Toni Collette vibes to me in Hereditary.
Oh yeah.
Not that extreme, but definitely in that realm.
Yeah. Daryl, real quick. Daryl, did you ever see Hereditary?
No.
You would not like Hereditary.
Only scenes from people.
You would not like. I have money on the table. You would not like Hereditary.
I was warned. I was warned already.
Every time.
You saw it, Peter? You saw it?
No, not all of it.
Oh my God.
I have it, but
I saw that in the theater, and I was like this in my seat, like.
Yeah, I was already warned away from it. So
yeah, you would not like it. You would not like it. But yeah, I think, Liz, I think that's actually a very good connection. I agree. I didn't think about that, but I see it. Yes.
Yeah, but Toni Collette's a great actress too.
Oh,
so,
she is.
And again, Hereditary is another one of those, like, yes, it's horrifying and supernatural and yada yada, but again, it's about motherhood, family dysfunction, and that is the most painful and horrifying, honestly, parts to watch for me with these movies. Like watching Nicole Kidman be this character who, when we can say the truth now, right? We can.
Yes. Cats on the back.
Really was under so much stress, so much pressure. She obviously has all of this religious pressure. She's hammering it into her children. Her husband's at war. They're occupied, and she ends up killing her children and herself.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That is the real horror. And it's that, like, the loneliness in motherhood and the societal pressure. And so seeing it again at this point in my life, that was very impactful.
Well, and having 2 children, because obviously at the beginning, especially once you find out about them being ghosts, it seems like the whole thing about them not being able to be exposed to the sunlight was connected to that. But actually, they legitimately had some kind of condition, right? Was that the so
it's called,
she
Yeah,
was
they said it. Yeah.
so she was stuck at that. So it wasn't like
it is
she
called
had 2 kids.
xeroderma pigmentosum. There's
Yeah,
actually,
yeah.
on the
Didn't
DVD I have, there's
wasn't there
piece of
part in
that.
the movie where one of the other 3 people said to her, "It's a condition that gets better," because they were trying to be like, "It's not."
Yeah, they were talking.
It's not that serious. Like the way they were talking to her.
Yeah,
like
they're trying to be like, it's gonna get better now.
Yeah,
There's one catch to that.
When you die, that's what
Exactly.
you
die.
it does not get better.
No.
Most people, it's a rare disease, and the people that get it don't go past like 25 or 30.
Jeez,
apparently.
Yeah, it's horrible.
So,
Yeah. Well, and I think what's great in the movie is that because it's not just that she's stuck at home with these kids, and it's that you can't leave, and
No, you can't. It's
the stress level of having to constantly be, and actually it's a really smart thing they added to her character, that idea that at each room she leaves, she locks the door. She's made it a habit, because you'd have, because invariably one of those kids is coming walking through that room at some point if you don't do that.
Well, when you're worried, I mean, I'm a worrier like that too. Like even for a dog, yes, I do. You worry so much because you're like you're taking care of a living thing, right? So you're so worried about and if they have any little thing, because he has a thing about being around other animals. So I have to be constant, and he's a pit bull. So I'm constantly overcompensating to protect him and others around me to make sure that he never gets put in that situation. I mean, it's not a child, but
I know what you mean.
But when a child has something, like
your fur baby, it's your fur baby, and that's
one of my daughters had heart surgery at the age of 4 months.
Wow.
So,
you always got to top me, Peter.
I know.
Well, hey, hold on, wait. What was that, Liz? Liz, what?
Yeah, my son has a peanut allergy. Never mind, I rescind.
Yeah, hold on. Oh, no, wait. My third child. My third child almost passed away when he was born and ended up in a NICU for the first 10 days. Does that trump the heart surgery thing?
And and also one of your kids almost killed
one of my kids is responsible for the pandemic. I forgot about that. Yeah.
So you win.
Yeah, I don't know. Liz, did we tell you that story that we were in New York City the first week when COVID of March, and Max was legitimately sick and ended up in the emergency room for the 3 days we were there. It was hell. It was hell on earth. And so Daryl has pointed out to me ever since that he believes my child.
And it was COVID?
Oh, no. It was so early. They gave him a test and they had to give it back directly to the CDC. That's how early it was.
Well, it was so weird that he had all the COVID. Like we were hearing.
He had COVID.
Had whispers. We had whispers of what COVID was. Mm-hmm. And I was around him. And literally.
Yes, it was all of it.
Not that I want it, but I have not got COVID yet. One of the
few. Because you know why? Because you're welcome. Because you got the alpha variant.
Yes,
I was
with the patient
the Robertsons who are like so grody.
Thank you.
Oh, we were in the Empire State Building, Liz. Empire State Building. We got bless Daryl. He was humoring us, taking us around New York City, acted as a tour guide, trying to get me to stop making eye contact with people and talking to strangers who kept wanting money for stuff. I didn't get it because I'm from the South and I'm an idiot. And we're walking around, and we go to the top. He got us to because his buddy, he still manages.
He still manages an office in that building. So
okay, yeah. So we got to go to the tippy top. Oh, and so awesome experience. We get down to the bottom, and my oldest goes, "Dad, I can't breathe," and he couldn't. He was able to breathe. We had to call
not breathe.
Oh yeah. No, that's classic New York. The dude, I'll never forget it. He's laying down in my wife's lap. His head's in her lap, and there's a long bench, and there's this guy sitting at the end of the bench on his phone. He looks over at us and he just goes right back to whatever he's doing. Didn't even. And there's like a pandemic on the horizon, and this guy didn't even. So we end up in an ambulance outside of the Empire State Building, and Daryl, bless him, he was. All joking aside, Daryl was awesome in all of that. Because when you feel like your kid might be about to die, or because you don't know what the hell's going on, it was terrifying, legitimately.
I'm great. Listen. I'm great with the kids.
Under pressure. I feel like you're
pressure with.
You're good under pressure. Yeah. Because
I just don't want one.
Because at least the stuff like this. You have to deal with it. Yes, for sure. Anyway, I digress. So,
Yes.
needless to say, my son may or may not be patient zero.
So
Can't
you
confirm
win.
it. I win. Well, yeah. Well,
Thanks for
I
the
don't know.
antibodies.
I don't think this is a game I would have win. If I'm being honest with you.
Too late.
No.
Too late.
No.
And when
I-
people see this, it's like,
Huh?
okay, so that's where it came from.
It was more fun when Peter came. It was more fun when Peter came because all we had to do was just threaten a guy.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
true.
That was
Peter,
there at first.
Peter had one of his pretty daughters with him, and apparently in New York
That's the
City,
last one. Yeah.
I ain't like that.
Daryl had to say something to somebody.
I don't like that. I ain't say nothing. We walked up on him. No, I don't like that. You know,
I walked around with the purse and everything. So
get it out of here.
Fun.
Get it out of here.
What does it mean to walk up on somebody?
Well, we were walking around the Empire State Building, and I noticed, because I'm in New York, I can't help it. I always look around to see if I keep seeing the same people all the time. And I noticed that when she would go somewhere and I sat back and I looked, he would go in the same direction, and he was starting to get closer and closer. And then I was like, all right. So me and Peter walked up really close to him.
Yeah. And Peter's like 8'2".
Exactly.
So
and I'm just angry black man. And so...
The dynamic duo.
Yes, exactly.
You would have thought it was a detective movie. We just walked. Yeah. We just kept walking.
Except for the fact that I was carrying my daughter's purse. So it looked, I was slightly effeminate.
That too.
Yeah.
So that's what we did. We walked up. Yeah. I did security before, so I mean, I'm always looking.
You know what to look. You know what to look for. Sketchy.
You have to.
Yeah, for real. Especially in New York City. All right.
Well, yes.
Yeah. Well, okay. Anyway,
where were we?
So the others, it's a movie we're supposed to be talking about.
Motherhood.
Yes, go.
Motherhood. That's what got. That's what got us here. Then we turned into this like one-upsmanship on who's had a crappier time with your kids. So
Nicole Kidman, he like Liz said, she is super high strung.
Yes.
But vulnerable.
But it's understandable why she's so high strung. Yeah.
Well, at first they make her almost to the point where you're like, this lady's mean. Like she's really mean on purpose. I'm sure. Like they want us to not like her.
It's also the time period, though, right? I feel like in that time period there would be more like the governess and the woman who's, you know what I mean? Like the idea of like the help comes in and the way she talks to everybody. I don't know. It feels very of the time.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Sure. Servant thing.
And then you have the war. I mean, and anytime you have a war going on around, the thought of it coming closer to you, and there's nothing you can really do about it. It's also another thing.
That adds to the fear because she can't leave the house.
Right.
You thought she couldn't leave the house with the kids, so if someone would have come there and kind of pushed them out of the house, or if the Nazis come and grab the kids and like that would have killed them.
Yeah, could have happened at any time. It could have happened at any time.
And that level of stress on you all the time.
Yeah.
Especially then, and you're completely cut off. And this is, I look, obviously I know I'm stating the obvious when I say for very, very many people, COVID was very bad, but we all still had ways to communicate. We all had ways to connect with other people.
And even in that, there is a sense that we lost something because of that.
Yeah. So thinking back then when you ain't got nothing with nobody. Right. Yeah, exactly.
She didn't even have electricity.
I think she had a phone. I think she didn't have a phone.
No, they didn't have electricity because they said that the Germans keep cutting it off anyway, so they just learned to live without
bother?
It. So, yeah. So
I know this sounds really dumb that I'm about to ask this question because I should know this, but I didn't write it down. Where did they say? I just said 1945. Where was her house exactly?
Jersey.
Did they say?
The island, Jersey.
The island of Jersey.
In England.
So is that like just off of the coast of England, right? I assume.
Yeah.
Next to Connecticut.
Next to Connecticut, it's New Jersey. You take the turnpike into the city.
Right around that
Got
corner.
it. Okay, I got you.
Yeah. 2 or 3 subs, you're there.
Yeah. So. Because I remember her saying something about the island at some point.
Yeah.
I couldn't remember if they said where exactly. I will say that her performance. First of all, I thought Nicole Kidman's performance was fantastic.
Amazing.
She's really great.
She is in every scene. The camera's on her all the time.
Yeah.
So
she's such a great actress. And honestly, the other thing was, and I wanted to see if any of you had a theory about this. So she says that all of the servants that she had just disappeared. Did they all disappear because she died, or did they disappear and that's what like sent her over the edge?
Probably. when you've watched the movie before,
it
you
wasn't
can
an
kind of
answer.
start- yeah.
Probably. I didn't say which one. Which one do you
I
think?
don't know. I assume that they had. I assume that
I assume they
kinda
just
ran
disappeared.
away.
See, I took it as that she died.
Yeah, and then
Is that what you
left.
thought, Liz?
That's when they disappeared. Yeah, I think
Okay.
so.
Okay, that makes sense. But I just felt like that might have been the fun thing.
Or they tried to get out. Or they tried to get out when they some people did run or
That's
tried
true.
to.
Yeah.
When they knew when it started to get closer, there were people that tried to migrate out to get away because they don't have the money.
It's the way she says it that they kind of disappeared. They didn't even come for their paycheck or anything. It's the way
That's
she
what makes you
describes
think
things.
Then that makes me think she died.
Yeah.
And
And
she pulled the
then they
trigger.
left. Right. I forgot about that part. Yeah.
Which is the fun stuff when you watch it. Like Liz said, when you watch it again, I haven't seen this. It's been a while since I watched it, but it was fun watching it now, knowing the twist and kind of, putting the things together. And okay, she said that. That makes sense because
right,
and all of that.
That's how you know it's a truly great movie is because it works even with and at some level maybe it works even better.
Even better, yeah.
Because like what Liz, like what you were talking about, now you can see these layers about what it, what is it really saying about motherhood and how much what somebody could be, even no matter how much they love their kids, could be driven to do. And I mean, it asks, I think here's the key. It doesn't tell you what to think, but it asks interesting questions.
Yeah.
And I think that it works on that level. So,
there is a certain stress. I mean, I've been a stepfather too. So I had little kids.
Which marriage was this?
The fifth or the eighth?
Okay.
One or the other.
All right.
And even as a male, and they're not my kids, there's a fear factor when you have them, especially when you're out or anywhere. It's just a fear factor that comes in where it's always there. It's just a meter. It's like 1 to 20.
Was your stepchild relatively young when you were?
Yeah, I had my stepdaughter was 8.
Okay.
No, she was 7 when I got married. Yeah, she was around 7.
Okay.
And my and her brother my step son was around 12.
Okay, so still pretty young.
So for her, so it's like when I started to take care of them by myself, there is that level of extra.
Like whenever they goes quiet, you're like, oh shit.
Oh, there's no quiet.
That's right. When
There's
things go quiet,
checking.
that's how you know something's wrong. When something goes quiet,
checking.
The worst, like one of the worst feelings. And I know everybody can relate to this one.
Yeah.
The worst feeling ever. When I took all 3 of my sons to a playground, because they're little, I'm taking to playgrounds, and I've got the 2 older ones, and by older I mean one's 5, one's 4, and the youngest is like 2.5.
Right,
and he disappeared.
He disappeared, and it was crowded, dude. It was
in a mall.
No, this was a big park. This was like a big playground
in a mall.
We went through that. We went through that with her. She disappeared too.
It is literal. There was a moment of about a minute to 2 minutes that feels like it is the longest.
Yeah.
Time stops. Like it's honestly, like even just think about it. It is the worst feeling because immediately every horrific true crime story idea you've ever seen is going through your head.
But the other part of that is the anger laced in it. That you feel bad, but you feel bad.
Yes.
For feeling angry.
Yeah.
Like that. But there is that sense of why did you put me through?
But they're like a little bit itty bitty. They don't think about
But that's what I mean. When Nicole Kidman, I'm sure there were moments where she was there where the kids got on her nerves.
She get resentful. Yeah.
But you're told you can't ever feel that way.
Yeah.
Right?
Which is not true. Yeah.
I know why. Being my mother was a single mother, I know you are supposed to always, be pleasant. You're not supposed to, like you're not supposed to feel. You're always supposed. They never tell you it's okay to go through all those emotions. To not want to be a mother sometimes. It's okay to feel that way, but they don't ever tell you that. And Facebook will never show you that either. All you see is the pictures of how happy everything is all the time.
Of course. Everybody wants to show you, right? Yeah.
They don't show you the tears.
Although I will say,
show you.
I stand on the side of it's fine to show that you're angry and sometimes you just need a break and you don't want to be a part of it. The smothering them with pillows part is where you lose me.
And lose the baseball bat when people take photos.
Well, that's the thing, right? You never show it and you feel, and especially when you throw the religion aspect in it, where you're supposed to almost be godly and not, like this stuff is not supposed to get to you. You're always supposed to feel a certain kind of way, and you feel that you repress that stuff, and then you get to a point, which she did, where she snapped, and she was like, "I'd rather die." Like, and then to kill her kids. Spoilers, right? But to kill her kids, and then after she did it, like the thought of like, well, I can't live in this world, knowing that I did that. Like, it's not. That's the stuff you don't get either. Like when you hear about a mother who kills her kids, right? Like it's hard. It goes through the whole thing. But the first thoughts of how could someone do something like that? Blah blah blah. We never get the story after the news story of what conditions they were living in. We don't know.
Kind of like with this one, you kind of have to put together. There's a war. That's the stress. The husband goes off.
Well, we get to see it.
And she finds out that he's been killed.
Right. The conditions of her children that she can't even leave. She can't even open a window. Yeah.
So we never get, but that's the thing. We never get to see what they go through in this movie. They make it. They show us, like, even she's going through the memories over and over and over again, right? In this limbo world.
I think it goes to that idea of, obviously, I get why it's easy to pass judgment on such an idea, because the idea of murdering any children, let alone your own, is horrific. It's horrific.
Horrific. Yeah.
But I personally tend to subscribe to the idea that if I were in that same person's position, in that same circumstance, with the same conditions, the same mentality, this idea that I would never, you don't know until you would be in that same exact conditions. That's the point. And look, and then it doesn't even get into, her kids are obviously too old to be a postpartum type of thing, but that's like create like a psychosis, and there's a whole,
but if if she had it and
she never got it, back then you would have gotten it.
They don't even mention it. If you say you're sad because you had kids, they look at you like, so
hold on real quick, Daryl, real quick, I'm gonna do that pseudo male feminist thing and say, hey Liz, as the one actual woman on the show, we want to have anything you want to say about postpartum?
Yeah, it sucks. Really bad.
Yeah.
Hence the drinking.
I don't know how you Liz, I still to this day, I don't know how you human beings do this. I don't know how you give birth to another person and then go outside.
Stay sane.
and do things. Like, I don't know how you do it.
And I'm really not I wouldn't call myself I don't know what label I'm searching for. I don't think that our world is no longer built to support women and families.
No,
I don't necessarily think that the old ways were right, but I don't think where we're at now is getting the job done.
There's like a vacuum.
What we do, it's a weird thing, because we tell women they have to have kids, and if they don't, they're worthless. And then we don't have services to support them when they do have kids.
Well, first off, I'd like to point out real quick, we don't say anything like that. So Daryl, speak for yourself.
You know what I mean.
I know you.
Not to get so crazy, but just for an example, even with people with means and money, like you have one of the Jonas Brothers and an actress that she's married to. No. But I mean, just in society as a whole. Okay. She went and she's working. They both have jobs, because I get this, because they're both the way society looks at things, right? They both have money. They both have means. He decided to take the kids on concert with him, right? Money, you have people take care of them, they'll be there, they all know where their kids are. She did a movie, she wrapped up a movie and did that because that's her job, right? And so the way that it's looked at is she's out partying, doing her thing, and look at this man, he's just taking care of this baby. It's his kid. It's like it's of course. I mean, it's just normal. It's not babysitting. It's not babysitting when it's your.
Yeah. I've got a crazy idea. How about we stop passing judgment on people we don't even know? just a thought. Just a
That'd
thought.
be nice. That'd be
Yeah.
nice. But but back then, even then, that pressure, it's like he goes off to war. I mean, are you thinking about what you're doing when you leave her?
Well, to be fair, World War II, I don't know how much of an option he had, but
you might not have an option, but just the thought of it, though, is that you're gone.
And honestly,
so when he was killing others, it's like, God damn it, my wife is not feeling good back home.
But that's the thing.
Yeah. He's in a trench, corpses all over him.
But that's the thing. There's no choice. Like there's no choice either way.
And I'm not going to play the old man card, like back in our day. But back then, let's just be frank, there was more of it, and especially we're talking like the stereotype. And there are sometimes truth to stereotypes. My grandfather was an Englishman, right? So that stiff upper lip attitude of like, he would have done it, she would have done it, nobody would have said anything, most likely. And they just would have, that's my role. That's what I'm doing. Yeah. And look, there's something weirdly, I don't know if comforting is the right word to say about that, but like, what your role is, this is the thing I'm supposed to, like to Liz's point, was it always the best way to do things back? But there was something simple about that was his job. Right. That was her job. But here's the problem. Here's the problem. That was her job, but her job also entailed keeping two children that were very, 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 very sick.
Right.
And let's just get into like seasonal affective disorder and how we know about stuff like that now. Right. That woman never got sunlight. They're already pasty and covered in fog in England, right? It's already crazy, dreary all the time. And now you're going to keep all your curtains closed. Right. I mean, that's going to mess you up big time.
We're not built for that. We're not built for that. Psychologically, we are not.
And then you think about it. She was as religious as she was. Mm-hmm. And again, what I love about a movie like this and how well written it is, there's no sense of the storyteller passing judgment on her. No, this is a very religious woman who murdered her children and then committed suicide. And even where she what Peter?
No. Again, with the religion, because her daughter brings up, which I loved. I didn't think about it the first time when they talk about the baddies go to hell and the good guys go to.
How do you know who are the baddies?
Exactly in a war.
Yes, because baddies.
I love that.
Yes. But who knows? Because you know what? The baddies never think they're the baddies.
Exactly.
No. Never. No one ever thinks they're the bad guy, ever.
That's the other thing they don't tell you about with kids. They hit you with those little terms.
Oh, I know.
And you're like, and then when you sit there going, I don't know the goddamn answer either.
Oh, wait, no. Wait.
Your mom.
When one of my kids, and usually it's my middle son, will throw out the, Dad, you said I can't do, but what about the other day when you did da 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 da? And I just look at him and go, because I said so. That's why.
Exactly. Yeah. Or go ask your mom.
Yeah, or that one. I usually do that one anyway. Yeah. Well, so Liz, as the actual intelligent person here. You, I mean, not one of us.
No, I mean.
What?
What are? I mean, do you have any other thoughts as far as because I personally, like I said, I loved that this character, meaning the Nicole Kidman character, was somebody who was deeply religious, but she. And obviously, think about what that means for her, because she's Catholic, I presumed, right? That's because they made references to priests, and I'm not Catholic, so I don't know. But I'm just saying, I assume that's what she was. For her to commit suicide, if I'm understanding Catholicism at all, that's a big bad. I mean, it's a big bad no in the vast majority of world religions. But I'm just saying, and in general, I think for a lot of people. But for her specifically to do that, and then what I kind of love is that in the end. I love that with the kids say, are we in limbo? Because remember she brought up limbo and how she's like, I don't know what it is anymore, honey. Like she acknowledges it's nothing. Because think about it. She's not in hell. She's with the two children she loved. She's, she got to see her husband.
Nanny. Yeah. And the nanny, they're still there. So they're continuing to live.
Hell, she had more help. Yeah. She had more help in death.
But again, she finally, at the end of the movie, she realizes what's been going on. And I think, from that, she could go on to live more happily, I suppose, because they can go outside now.
Yeah.
So
they can actually play outside now. So Liz, I'm trying to throw it to Liz. Both. I love every time I say Liz, either Peter says something or Daryl.
Hang on.
No, I really, really liked that because I loved seeing that she spends all this time to break down like these kinds of people go to this level of hell and these kinds of people. And then what happens? Well, she's a murderer
of children
and commits suicide. Yet she and her children, who are perfectly innocent, are in the same place, along with the former residence groundskeepers who
died of tuberculosis. I think it was tuberculosis.
Probably that. Yeah. When they're in the same spot, the husband who has died in war is in the same plane or the same limo, which I also thought was very interesting, that when she meets him, he's been searching for his home.
Yeah.
And he leaves again. I love all of the things that just kind of starts to hint at about the afterlife and
and his line
going on there.
Sometimes I bleed.
Yes,
sometimes I bleed. What?
Yes, and then the fact that
it's almost like he's in a loop. Like maybe he has to go back to the war, come back home again, go back to the war, come back home.
Yeah, he's having this kind of experience.
Limbo.
And yet, so all of these different things, and yet they are all in the same place. And that's something, very interesting to think about because of all of the attention that was put on the religious aspect and where you go. And also as a side note, I thought I don't know how to put it, if it's his performance or just the part of the story where he comes home and realizes what has to have happened. So we don't ever hear that verbalized. We think, oh, look at this poor shell-shocked man. And yet the entire time he is absorbing and processing what she did to them and herself. And yet then he still leaves. What is he driven to do? Anyway, I thought
And to your point, this is an example because I one of my biggest gripes. I know Daryl's shocked to learn that I have gripes about a lot of modern entertainment.
Retro movie gripes, yes.
Retro movie gripes. That's good. We're going to change the title too. We should. That'd be amazing. I hate when dialogue is on the nose and they talk down to the audience like we're morons and can't put two and two together. And what I love about a movie like this is, like you said, there's suggestion, there's hints, there's different ways to interpret it. It's never confusing though, right? You never are like, wait, I suppose if you really weren't paying attention, then maybe you'd be confused. But it's never confusing. But because in real life, when people, even though dialogue in movies is not real life dialogue, people don't state all the obvious crap. You know what I mean? There's no point where he talks about like, oh, how long have you been dead? Oh, there's no that on the
would have made you turn off the movie because that would have been just
but horrible,
immensely stupid.
Well, I kind of wondered or thought it was maybe if the movie was doing something where it was instead of us getting this thing of when you die, if you're supposedly bad, you go to the bad place, and good, whatever good is, goes to the good place. But in this, it feels like it was more like, what if you got a chance to keep reliving things until you learn to work through it, and then you're allowed to kind of have a better place. Like she seemed to need to go through all the stuff she needed to deal with, the regret and the pain and the anger at herself for what she did. And when she came to understand what she did, that's when she was able to kind of embrace it. And because she opened, you see the curtains are open, the light is there, the children are able to go outside and be in the sun and all of that. And maybe for the husband, he hasn't been able to work through it yet. So when he goes back and loops again because he hasn't reached the point of understanding. Like I'm sure he has guilt for leaving and for maybe doing the
guilt
things
for what he had to do.
And he still hasn't worked through it. And so he once he finds out the truth and all that, it just goes whoop, I ain't ready. And then
also I want to say something. I want to say something real quick, Peter, before you, because I know you want to jump in.
It's tied to that too.
Okay, well, I just want to say too, it just hit me, and it seems very obvious now. But her character is in the dark, literally through the whole movie. Like the idea, and then in the end, once the light is revealed, and it's interesting to note how she does it. You would think finding out you murdered your children and then put a shotgun to your own forehead would be the most upsetting thing, but she seems oddly at peace when she just accepts it. Like, yeah. This is where we are. That explains everything. It explains everything. What were you going to say, Peter?
It also gets to, you get to think, again, now you've seen it a couple of times. The three, like Fiona Flanagan's character, Eric Sykes, and whatever her name was, Cassidy, when they arrive, I mean, what seems to be their purpose is to lead her to that
realizing.
point. Yeah. So what are they? I mean, they're also ghosts, but have they gone to another plane and are leading?
What if the angels? I mean, and what if
Yeah,
angels are people that have worked through their trauma and that they want to help others
They
also
lead
work
her.
through theirs,
Yeah.
and then that's what they do. They
Yes.
go
Although
out.
I just realized I'm about to be that guy. I think I might have found a continuity problem though.
Oh boy.
What?
So
Boy.
at what point, Millie, is that the woman? Is that the older woman that's helping the servant? The Flanagan,
hang on.
Fiona
Yeah,
Flanagan.
Mrs. Mills.
Mrs. Mills. yeah.
Mills. That's it, Mills.
Yeah.
She goes to Mr. Sykes while he's doing the leaves, and it turns out he's covering their headstones.
Yeah.
Wouldn't at some point Nicole Kidman's character have seen those headstones on the property because they were like right there? Now I know she says to him something about find the cemetery, right? So she does.
Oh, we haven't even touched upon that.
Well, you know what I mean? But so I guess what I'm getting, I guess maybe you could make the argument she never really explored the grounds because she was always inside with the kids.
Stuck in the house.
Okay,
Yeah.
I can accept that. All right. I was just thinking, would she have seen their names at some point on the headstones? Because it seemed pretty close to the house. It wasn't like it was way out in the woods. It was fairly close, but I can accept that maybe she never got a chance to really, tour the place, considering.
Should we touch upon the others? Because the others, we haven't really touched upon those. The family that are living
the actual
in the house
family. Oh wait,
now.
the people. I wish Daryl, are you still there? Or are you just video?
I'm still there.
Okay. Okay. Because I was gonna say all my kids were happy to finally see a white family in one of these movies that had the good sense to leave.
I know, right?
Finally, the wife says, "We're leaving.
We're out of here.
Yeah, we're out of here.
Yeah, we're done. Yeah."
So,
well, the daughter's gonna be an evil spirit, right? She's gonna chase every person that tries to live in that house, right?
Oh, the little girl?
Yeah, because she has that thing. Remember, the mother was
probably
like,
all of them.
"This is your house." Like the mother says, "We have to."
Oh, that's true.
This house is ours.
And she kind of has that. Fuck no, it's my house.
I told my kids, "Hey guys, Airbnb, come on."
No,
they were not amused. They were not amused. No, they don't like that idea.
No.
All right, so
You'll be
Liz,
all alone there.
Liz, I have to ask you the important question: did this movie hold up for you?
Yes, absolutely, 100%. Even better. It aged like a fine wine.
Yes, I think it did too. I'm going to go to Daryl last because I based on how we started this thing, I don't know how this is going to go down. Peter, I don't know. Peter, what about for you?
Well, I think you kind of already know what I think, because seeing it again, when I popped it in, I was like, okay, is this going to hold up since I already know what's going to happen? But all of the questions and all that we've talked about, and it is still a super scary movie and intense. And what I thought about this time around, it's actually pretty quiet.
It's very quiet.
It's very quiet. So you have sounds, voices, and then the occasional music. And then when it has to get loud, like when you get to the seance later or doors bang, that's when it gets intense. But it is a super scary movie still.
I see. Here's the thing. I really love it. I think it's beautiful. I think it's beautifully shot, beautifully acted.
It looks amazing.
I do not find it scary. I find it hauntingly beautiful, tragic. I find it creepy at points. It's sad, but
it's not a scary movie.
I don't find it scary. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, there's some like The Entity was scary. When We Cover the Ring, that movie was scary. This movie was just.
Let's after you watch this movie, go find a fairly empty big house with no electricity.
Yeah.
Turn it off, sit in one of the rooms, and just think about the movie.
That's called squatting, man.
Yeah, I'm more scared. I'm more scared about what the landlord might do to me if they walk in. Yeah.
What are you doing?
What I'm saying is, there's the only part of this movie to me. There's a couple jump scares, like when Nicole Kidman gets hit by the door. I did jump. It's a natural reflex when that happens.
There's another really cool scene when she's standing in when you see a painting behind her.
Yes. Oh,
and
the
at
face.
One point, you only see a face at the front.
Yeah.
At one point, it's like, wait, I don't remember this.
That was very good. That was good. But I mean, that's creepy. It is creepy.
I mean, the scariest part
is super creepy. Then
the scariest part when the daughter's under the sheets
Yeah, the veil and shit. Yeah, when you're mad, I am your daughter. But see, here's the thing. That part is in the trailer.
You weren't here for that, Daryl. You have to watch the start of this video when it's in.
Yeah, Daryl's not going to do that. Daryl, Peter started off wearing his own personal veil. Okay.
No, Peter, don't do that. Don't do that.
That part to me is creepy again, but it's not. Wasn't scary. Do you find this movie scary, Liz? Like, do you think it's scary?
Okay, so it's creepy then.
Yeah, so it was scary the first time when you
creepier for me the first time too. Yeah.
There it is.
Yeah.
Scary the first time, creepy, unsettling. There's a lot of tension, a lot of like kind of those jump scares, like the door slammed, or the knowing what is actually happening. Obviously, a lot of the unknown goes away, but there's still it's still spooky.
Yeah, spooky. Yes, that's the word. It's a spooky movie.
Yes,
that's a better word. Spooky.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
All right, so Daryl,
what
does it hold up for you?
Actually, it does hold up. I mean,
okay.
I mean, it does. I mean, the thought. I mean, what's behind it? The themes. How can it not hold up? I mean, as long as women still have children. I mean, and they go through what you go through when you have kids, especially when you're put in a terrible situation.
World War II.
Yeah, it's gonna hold up. You just add a war, add any war.
Yeah.
Add any situation. They're going through it now. Go to other countries. They're going through it right now.
Come to Europe.
Hello? Yeah.
Go to Peter's house.
Go all over. There's so many people that they're, there's any place where they have refugees and stuff. I'm going to
say, can I say something controversial, Daryl? Can I say something really controversial?
Like that's in the new.
Okay.
War sucks.
What?
Unless you make.
I'm going to go out on a. Well, that's what they all do, but that's a whole. I'm not going to start that rant. Nope. but war, just in general, especially for all of just regular people, it sucks.
Why'd you say that?
I know. I'm going out on a limb. I'm putting myself out there to say something very controversial.
Wow.
But yeah. So then again, good. It holds up for all of us. Liz,
good score.
Thank you for being here. It is always a pleasure. Daryl, you weren't here yet, but I told Liz because Liz is currently, let's say, in between podcasts. If she doesn't have a podcast she's on the regular, I'm of the opinion anytime Liz wants to join us, I am down for having Liz here.
Well, that's a given. Why don't you?
Oh,
I know I'm saying that's what I told her.
I mean, you should.
Thank you. Yeah. Sometimes
you know that
you guys cover something, and I'm like, "Excuse me."
Yeah. How about this?
Call me.
How about this? I'll let you know legit like movies. And I don't want to assume which movies you love and which ones you don't, but I will let you know, hey, we're covering so and so, and we got so and so's coming on. But you're more than welcome.
Well, one of y'all has the toilet paper list, right?
That's Peter's list.
Yeah, I need to update that because I looked at it the other day, and I'll update it. And I'll send it to you.
Okay. Yeah. Awesome. I love that.
So
we need to tell her our idea, or we'll tell you it was your guys' idea about the whole select, kind of like what we do on Terror on the Tube, where we're going to maybe
we're going to do what did Daryl say? The first 5 movies of next year is going to just be random picks.
We're not going to know what they are.
We're going to
put a bunch of movies in a box and then
and we have to watch whatever's picked, right. even if it's Munchies, Daryl. Even if it's Munchies,
is not on the list.
It needs to be.
No, we covered it.
We didn't.
Yeah, we did cover it. Yes, we did.
We just forgot Flix, wasn't it?
So it wasn't the 3 of us then?
No, it was Forgotten Flix.
You keep that shit off that list, Peter. Joel will forget.
I have the poster.
He'll forget.
I have the poster.
You just
the German poster for Munchies.
Don't
do it. The dolphin poster?
Oh no, Daryl, I told you I almost bought you that at a con, right? Day of the Dolphin.
The poster looks great.
But I am such a purist for collecting. I didn't want to spend the 20 or 5 or whatever it was for this poster. It was an original poster because I knew if I sent it to, even for that crap movie, I knew Daryl would have just ripped it up.
That probably was the time where I thought to myself, I had anger about you for some reason. I was like, why am I angry at him?
Oh, he made me watch that godforsaken movie, that Day of the Dolphin movie.
I told somebody about the Day of the Dolphin and sent them a link to the movie. They thought I was making shit up. And when I sent that, they looked at it.
It's George C. Scott and a talking dolphin. Yeah.
2 talking dolphins even.
2. Two.
Yeah.
Liz,
Small and
again,
pop.
thank you for being here. Where, if you want them to find you, which my advice always is no, but you do you. Where do you want them to find you, if at all, other than here?
Oh man, I mean, I still lurk on Twitter sometimes. I'm Liz Reads Comics in
X.
most places, but I don't really post or do anything interesting at the moment. So
Okay. Well, Peter has this hang up whenever anybody says Twitter, even though that's what everybody's always going to call it. He goes,
I know.
X. He goes, X, X.
Yeah, but
It's
are we on it
Twitter.
still? No, not really.
I'm still on it. I just don't know why, but I'm still on it.
I got off it way before all that nonsense. You
Well,
guys
that's
were late to
because
the
you
game.
wear your little foil hats. You were doing that a long time.
But then I ended up back like on Instagram and crap, and now I already removed it from my phone. I'm like, I don't want to do this anymore. I hate this.
You have to promote the
mom and pop thing. Yeah,
Mom and pop.
I'm trying to pawn off as much of that on Tyson as I can.
I know. I know,
because
because when I get responses, it feels like Tyson.
it's probably
Yes.
more Tyson than me.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
But that being said, Daryl, where can they find ye?
When I'm not here, you can find me on Taylor Network of Podcasts. You can find Nothing's On is a weekly podcast where me and my friend Donnie Salvo, who's a comedian, meaning that he actually makes money doing that.
Yes,
We talk about TV and movie entertainment in our old man insane ways. And you can also hear me talk about DC Comics on the DC All-Stars podcast and on the Gotham by Geeks podcast. You can hear me talk about the Batman world and all that entails. And is that all the old? Oh, and for Walking Dead, for the Walking Dead TV podcast, I always forget to mention that we cover the world of Walking Dead. Just look that up, Walking Dead TV podcast.
Quick question. Have you watched the new Daryl Dixon one yet?
Yeah, we already covered it.
Okay, I haven't watched it yet. Is it worth it? Is it better than the Dead City that I kind of hated?
It's in you. It's
I know where it's at
more
with the premises.
interesting. No, but that's part of the. It's part of the show, meaning the identity of the show. It's like you never got to see them leave the United States, so it's interesting to see how it affects Europe and other places. And they also have to their guns, or they use those old, because they don't have much ammo now after all these years, so they have.
We're not allowed to have zombies in the rest of the world.
Well, they're using those musket kind of gun, like they have to go back, right?
So they could be like literally like knights and stuff. Like you're using swords and cool crap like that.
Well,
that would be
some
cool.
Of that, but they're also using like the muskets because you get the one shot, right? Because that's all you.
And then you have to load with the flint and everything. Oh shit, they're coming closer!
So it's like,
son of a bitch.
So looking at them, have to use the older weapons and stuff that they have. Like,
I was gonna give it a chance. I watched one episode of Dead City. I'm like, eh.
So you're saying it evens the odds, Daryl? It evens the odds between the humans with
yeah. Well, Walking Dead is never about the zombies. So
it's really about the people. It's always been about the people. The Walking Dead are actually the people.
It's about the people.
Oh my god.
I spent over a decade of my life watching every episode brand new on that damn show. I can't do anymore. I'm out. I'm just out. I'm out.
Too much to watch. So
Peter,
probably
you're not out. You're not out. You're in. Where can they find you?
Yes.
Well, I only have a small handful of podcasts, not like Daryl's 5,000.
I only named 5. Didn't I? It was only 5.
I think it was 5.
Plus.
We're supposed to do a Buffy one, I think, right?
You're supposed to do what?
Yes, we were. We should.
Oh, Buffy? Oh, yeah.
I'm down.
Yeah.
I'm down. Well, then, it's on Joel. He's the one that don't work.
Okay, so here. You can find me here. You can find me on Tear on the Tube, where we talk about TV movies, horror, thriller, suspense from the 70s, 80s, and twice. Well, we'll just leave it at once at the 90s, because that one was not very good.
Right.
Or you can go to Forgotten Flix, or to Hugh's podcast, The Undead Wookiee, where I pop up from time to time.
Very good, sir. I can be found Tear on the Tube, Jay of the Dead's new horror movies. You can check that out. We have gone through every single Saw movie. I just finished watching Spiral, and there is an hour and a half of my life I will never get back.
Oh, by the way, I just listened to the.
What did you listen to?
I just listened to the argument that led to the Saw franchise.
Oh, the Evil Dead Rise thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I had never seen anything past Saw 1, Liz. I don't know if you've seen any of the sequels or any of those movies.
I've not seen Saw, nothing.
And I really didn't want to, but then I watched it. I'm gonna tell you what right now. I was as pleasantly surprised as one could be from a Saw movie, meaning they're disgusting. But Saws 2 through 6 were actually really good. Like there's mystery elements, and there's actually they were actually some of them they were actually asking interesting questions. Like it was cool. Then you get to like 7, 8, and 9. Well, technically 9 is Spiral, which is the one with Chris Rock, which I love me some Chris Rock, but Chris Rock trying to be in a serious Saw type movie, being a cop, but then he'll suddenly break into a monologue that is very Chris Rock-esque is weird. Like it just didn't work at all for me. So that being said, we did all this because Saw 10 is coming out in a couple weeks, and that is my life. So, so check all of that out. And of course, Mom and Pop Video Shop, where you can also watch the video version of this episode. Be sure to go there and share, subscribe. Yada, yada, yada. Comment. Tell Liz how awesome she is and how she needs to be here more often. And,
we will make it happen.
And so on that note, everyone, any final words?
Yes.
We lost Daryl, apparently.
Yeah.
Happy Halloween. If I don't see you.
Well, yeah.
Good point. Happy Halloween.
It's Halloween. We're halfway through.
Indeed, we are.
Thank you for listening. Get all the spookiness you can handle this October by subscribing to Mom and Pop Video Shop on YouTube. You can also find Retro Movie Geek on Spotify, Apple, or wherever you dig up your podcasts. The spooktastic music you heard at the beginning and end of this episode was provided courtesy of Ed and Gavin and their band, Midnight Syndicate. We want to thank them for the use of music from their albums, Gates of Delirium and The 13th Hour. Want to sink your ghostly claws into this and all Midnight Syndicate's beautifully macabre music? Then go to midnightsyndicate.com. And remember, spooky is as spooky does.